All systems operating. All systems. All systems energized. All system energized. All system energized. We are being energized. We are being energized. We are being energized. We are being energized. Shields failing. Energized.
Shields failing and energize indeed.
All
Hello.
right.
Hey, welcome. Welcome back to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Next Generation rewatch, recap, re-experience podcast. I am Adam Ordahl-Quinnell, here as always with my co-host.
Hey everybody, it's Al Hirt here. What is up?
What's up? Not much, man. What's up with you? How are things?
Things are good. They could be better, but you know, it's on the up and up. Car stuff.
Yeah, what was wrong with your car?
It was a motor mount.
A motor mouth?
Mount.
Motor mount?
Mount, yeah, motor mount.
Like a mount for a motor?
Yeah.
Like a mount for the motor? Like the engine?
Mm-hmm.
But they call it a motor mount, not an engine mount.
I guess so. I don't know. But whatever it was just rattling, and I was like, this isn't good, rattling.
Sounds fake.
I know what it's like.
Sounds like a fake thing.
No, I mean, I saw it with my two eyes.
I'm just kidding. I've been,
I trusted him.
I have been...
For the most part, but yes.
I have been through it with cars, my friend, so I totally understand. I've had...
And it's finding the right guy, you know?
I've had cracked head gaskets. I've had all kinds of shit happen that I've had to deal with. Ever since my first car, which was a 1987 Plymouth Voyager that I got in like 2000 to go to college with. And the car we have now is like your car. It's been relatively problem-free so far. But yeah, wow. Well, I'm glad you're on the other side of that.
Yes.
It's always nice when you get your car back.
Yeah, they tried to hit me with the, it might be available tomorrow and this and that. And I don't know. I just kept calling them and they finally called me back.
They're like, yeah, we fixed your motor mouth, you fucking idiot.
No, and then they hit me with you'll be here by 5, right?
Yeah, because
as if I wasn't going to come with and get my fucking car.
Yeah, no, I mean...
they always do that. They flip it.
You were also walking there, though.
Oh, but still.
Like, that's the other thing. Like when I realized that you were... Because, like, I picked you up, and then we drove there.
But still.
Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense. I
wasn't going to walk directly there.
I thought you had lost your mind,
Hell
man.
no.
Oh, no, there's
no.
a bus right... Yeah,
I was juggling both options, and then you had texted me, and I was like, all right, whatever, we'll do this.
I felt like a dumbass because, you know, we work at the same place. We get done at the same time, and we're coming to the same place afterwards to record. Yeah. So it's like, I should have just checked in, man. I'm a bad co-host, co-producer. But yeah,
you got the stew.
we ended up, we made it. We're doing a double header that we're recording 2 episodes tonight. God damn it.
They're 2 crazy episodes.
No matter how much I don't want to record the second one, we're going to because we got everything set up and ready to fucking go.
It's an all right episode. The second one, I feel they're both okay.
They are both good, I think, but there'll be varying degrees of good. The Paris one I like less. We'll get into that. I love our man Armus. Well, hey, it was good catching up. That's the end of the show. I'm just kidding. So that brings us to our first segment of the week. What does Al remember?
All right, let's do this.
What do you remember about Star Trek, the original series, episode What Little Girls Are Made Of?
Oh, God. It was clones, right? The guy was making robots.
Hey, yeah.
And then it was like, what the fuck?
They did say, yes,
What's wrong
absolutely.
with you? And he was, I guess, wasn't it the little kid thing, like just some disguise or some sick fucked up thing? Because it was like, no one would be suspicious of these little girls. Or that like they had been introduced to the crew somehow, and then the crew taught, I don't know, it was just like, what the hell is going on? Oh, it was, I don't know, something about aging too. I get that one. I get that episode mixed up with the episode of the Lord of the Flies-esque thing.
Oh, it's not the one with the kids and all fall down.
But it's like their goal is the same, right? They both want to live forever.
I think
there's
so.
Like, there's some clone Ekmach kind of thing.
Here, let's augment the game a little bit. What would you say if I mentioned the name Dr. Roger Corby?
Dr. Corby?
Do you remember the
hell no.
tale of Dr. Corby? He is Nurse Chapel's missing fiance.
Oh, and this turns out he was a robot or an alien that had taken that's the
a
animated
different guy.
Series. That's right.
That's a different guy.
But was it the same scenario?
That's the Squid Man that can change shapes.
Yeah.
No, this is Dr. Richard Corby. He was obsessed with replacing humanity with his robot creations. He takes Kirk prisoner to build a duplicate of him, revealing his plans to populate the galaxy with perfect emotionless androids.
Weird.
And, at the end, Corby reveals he himself is an android. You were correct. And it explores the themes of identity.
Okay, I was a little wrong though with the why that
the
title, right?
Memory Alpha.
I remember we were both grossed out at the title.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Like,
it's disgusting.
Why?
What little girls are made out of? Fucking robot parts, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's also not a little girl. And
it was a whole like, I'm an android, you're an android, we're all androids. Who's an android?
Oh man,
I remember we were talking about that. BS.
Remember Robot Kirk and how off-putting he was?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you didn't remember much.
No.
You kind of like, we don't have grades on this.
But that wasn't the good one.
I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see. Gosh. This is the first draft of here's some Memory Alpha stuff. The first draft of this episode script was completed on June 26, 1966.
Jeez.
It was the first episode that was ever in repeats. Wow.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, there's some good quotes. I'm not going to go through the whole synopsis, but yeah, it was. I thought it was an okay episode. I think it's funny that Nurse Chapel's ex-fiance is now a robot.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun. Like I think that's an interesting wrinkle for her character.
He just believes so much in his own thing that he is that product.
After the experiment, Kirk, in Starfleet uniform, joins Chapel for lunch and asks her if she would obey if he gave her an order to betray Roger Corby. Chapel says, "Please don't ask me to make that choice." The tone of the conversation allows her to lose her appetite, but she encourages Kirk to eat. And he says, "Androids don't eat." She had been unknowingly talking to the android. Remember that? And it's like, got your ass, Chapel. That was Android Kirk the whole time. But yeah, at the end, Corby pulls the trigger on a laser pistol in her hand and destroys both him and his little robot fucker. And there you go. Chapel decides to stay on the Enterprise. Spock tells Kirk of his dismay over his use of the term half-breed. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Kirk is like, "I'll remember that, Mr. Spock. The next time I find myself in a similar situation, I won't say half-breed."
Eesh.
And there you go. What does Al remember? I'm looking at a picture of Dr. Corby's disgusting skinless robot hand.
Oh, yeah.
It's good stuff. See, check it out. Look at. Remember this guy?
Skinless.
Remember that?
Oh,
Remember that?
yeah.
Oh, Dr. Corby.
It was some scary reveal.
Whoa! Oh, and this one. Remember, it had Lurch.
Yes.
It had Lurch from the Munsters in it.
And there was multiple.
Oh God! Chapel making out with some old bastard. Oh my God! All right, which brings us to today's episode, a big one.
Yeah,
this is a big one.
It is.
It's the biggest one, I think.
Pushes shit.
This is episode 142 of our podcast. Good job to us. We did What Does Al Remember? And this week we're talking about Skin of Evil, which is season 1, episode 23 of Star Trek The Next Generation. It was written by Joseph Stefano and Hannah Louise Shearer.
Yep.
Directed by Joseph L. Scanlon. I should check and see if when we get to season 2, I'll start cross-referencing these, see who's directed what. And then
see what we're in store for.
Well, and also just to see like, oh, can you tell the difference between like the way the directors direct the episodes, you know? Like,
it's like
do they have
what
a different
they choose,
style
the
or
references. Do you know, like, remember when one of the directors was doing that whole Batman thing and they were like zooming in and out of the alarms, and we're like, okay, this guy is definitely trying
hell
shit.
Yeah,
and then we
love
had
it.
we had that overhead shot of like Kirk and stuff.
Dude, that rips.
We're like, okay, yeah, this is more little 70s-esque.
So this episode aired.
Just as we'll see with this. But anyways.
Absolutely. And this episode fucked me up as a kid, man. That image of oil face Riker is like, that's something, I'm pretty sure that I had a recurring nightmare about that for like years and years as a child.
It's just getting consumed by something that is just unknown to you and just not knowing what else to do is absolutely terrifying.
I think it was more that it was a scary face.
Yeah.
Like, I think,
I just don't know.
Like, I don't know. Now I look at it.
Well, I don't know.
Now I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, it would suck to like be consumed by some torture skin that's like prolonging my agony. But when I was a kid, I was just like, there's a creeped up face. Because this aired when I was, and I know I watched it when it aired.
No shit.
All of these episodes, yeah, definitely. It was when we lived in the country for 3 years, on a little farm where my mom had some horses. But so this aired on April 23rd, 1988, when I was but a wee 6 years old. I had but a month before celebrated my 6th birthday, and the Paramount Plus synopsis is: a rescue mission turns to tragedy when one of the Enterprise officers is killed by an evil alien? What? I mean, there's red shirt officers, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably one of them, right? Like, it's probably one of them. It's definitely not Tasha Yar, who in the thumbnail is laying dead on the Paramount Plus thumbnail. And oh man, Data has... They say Data can't feel emotions until he gets the emotion chip, but he seems pretty fucking emotional in this episode, which is fine.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean,
I fucking love this episode.
This feels a little more natural than just a chip, I guess.
Well,
natural being a robot, right? An android.
Yeah,
whatever natural is.
But
it's like the steps, right? He completed all the steps, and then especially when he asks these questions at the end, which we'll get to. It's a moment like in WandaVision where, what is it? The Vision guy's like, what is love if not like, what is it? Yearning, prolonging, or like,
what is love if not something persevering? Persevering,
yeah. It was sadness. I don't know. Some profound shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of turns in this, and you're like, oh, all right.
I love it, and it starts with the Enterprise at a deficit because, of course, you know when they're like, "Hey, we're working on the engines or something, so we can't go to warp."
Always.
You know they're gonna have to go to warp. They'll need to, and this is no different. They are realigning, or like they've got the dilithium crystals are in the dishwasher. Basically, the chief engineer has the dilithium crystals in the dishwasher, and they're driving. They're
zipping around out there.
They're zipping around out there at impulse power, right? Which is slow. They're heading somewhere. And Worf and Yar have a little moment where Worf basically says, "Hey, I'm betting on you in the shipwide martial arts tournament coming up." And there you kind of get the vibe that like they're into each other, and I like it. They're going to meet
on the holodeck to spar.
Well, yeah, but I'm the reason. So the Enterprise is going to pick up Deanna Troi, who has been at a conference for empaths.
That's
for brain people or whatever the fuck. She's at Council Con, as they call it.
They're all just silent the whole time,
right?
Because they just read each other's minds.
Absolutely, dude. Council Con is what they call the school counselor convention in Bob's Burgers. So that's what I think that it's like, Council Con. And so again, Worf and Yar have this this moment where she's like, I'm just worried about all this kung fu I got to do. And Worf is like, your kung fu is the best kung fu. And if you ever want to kung do it to me, I will take your fu. But so basically, they're going to meet. Troy.
Deanna Troi, yeah.
Deanna Troi.
And she's, I don't know. They keep going on about the boxing and stuff. And Yar's like, why would you even bet, Worf? You're not even, someone that gambles. And Worf's like, I only make, rational
bets that are a sure thing.
Sure decisions, I'm not.
It's a sure thing.
Yeah, right? He's like, I'm not throwing away my money here.
It's a sure thing. Oh, and now he loses the bet because she dies.
Oh.
So it's like, spoiler alert.
But
yeah, right?
What about my money?
and so they're about, Geordi says we're an hour and something away from the rendezvous point with the shuttle. And then, of course, they get an emergency transmission from the shuttle, and they get audio only. And Troy is, first off, Lieutenant Preto is the shuttle pilot.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, we got a systems failure. And, you got to tell me where I am. And he gets his coordinates, and then they're trying to confirm that... what's her name? Troy. What's going on in my brain?
Commander
I got a
Troy's
hole in my
right.
brain.
No, it's just that it's freaky that she's coming in from this trip and everything should be routine and all right. But this guy's like, oh man, this fucking little, what is it called? This little shuttle. It's all getting fucked up.
Right? Yeah. And there's his electrical systems fucked up. They got, how long can, oh, look, here it is. So he goes, hey, Lieutenant, Chief Engineer.
That's right.
How long do we have till we can go to warp? And he goes, I'm realigning the dilithium crystals, and it's going to take, I don't know, a half hour. And he's like, this is an emergency. We need warp drive. How long? He's like, 20 minutes. And he's like, we don't have it.
And he's like, you just got to figure it out.
And he goes,
like,
I'll realign it by hands. He's like,
cool, great. Sounds
he's
good.
like, I need 3 minutes, but there's no guarantees. And it's like, you want him to take the time.
Fuck precautions. And it's really freaky because you don't feel like the engineer ever does that many precautions.
Oh, no, that's their whole deal. They got to have all the precautions or else there's a cascading failure that goes through the thing and the thing cascades
you feel like,
and fails.
Yeah, once you see the failing
oh, man, that
moment,
dilithium.
You're like, you're already, what is it? It's kind of we'll have to keep that for later. We'll note that for later kind of disaster.
Yes.
But it doesn't really come. So.
Well, no, they're not able to go they have to go like medium speed or something. But
well, yeah, and then the guy is trying to go through these fucking steps, and all of his interns are like, maybe you shouldn't do this.
Well, no, the computer is saying, hey, right. The computer is like, you do not want to do this, and he's like, no, I have to override.
Yeah, overriding.
Also, I have to say that the dilithium crystal looked delicious. It looked like a big old salt lick.
Rock.
A big old salt lick,
it's like that chick's necklace,
right? Yum, big old rock candy. And so they're now they're trying to get medium warp.
Yeah, and they figure out though that the shuttle can crash somewhere too, though, right?
Yes, the shuttle is its orbit decayed and it crashed on a planet that has no vegetation, nothing. It's just an arid planet, Vargas something or other. I think it's like Vargas 3. Look at that. They spell John Stefano with an F, but
Stefano.
in IMDb spells it with a PH. Directed by Joseph L. Scanlon. That is a reference to Vox Machina. So there's no life signs, and then they find very weak life signs with a weird magnetic field, which will become important later. And there's debris for the shuttle. Riker's got to put together an away team. Bob's your uncle.
Right, just be careful. And it from the get-go, it already looks like your standard Trek.
Oh my God,
green
this
screen set that you just, I don't know, you kind of take it as a joke at first. You're like, okay, this shouldn't be too reckless, and you just see this what is it? It's kind of like this small pool of goo.
And they show you the wreck of the shuttle.
Yes.
They pan across this desert landscape with some rocks. It really is, like you said, it's like it's like they dusted off an original series set.
Yeah. It's giving Arena though, right?
Yeah,
I feel like that's where something else big happened.
But an Arena, they were actually
outdoors.
Yeah, they were actually like
at a park.
Place we could go to. And then you see this little oil slick. Oh, that's weird. And then they beam in, and I have to say that the music is creepy as hell. They do in this episode. The director, Mr. Joseph L. Scanlon, 1988, April 23rd, 1988.
It's given Halloween though.
Yes, right? Joseph Scanlon, the director, did a very good job with like everything in this. It's not a classic Trek in the typical regards. It's a very small story. You know,
it gets resolved quickly for sure.
Well, the universe is like kind of in jeopardy, I guess, if this Armus thing were to get off here. And this is great. So they're going to approach the shuttle. Who's on the away team? Walk us through the away team, Al. 4
very important people here. We got senior staffers. We have Yar, the leader of security. We have Miss Crusher, Beverly Crusher, Doctor,
dude.
Then what is it? First Officer Riker.
Yep.
And then we have
Billy T.
Data.
Billy T and the Rikers, and then Data as the Tin Man.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's what
super overpowered Tin Man.
So they go.
You always got to have Data on your away team.
Of course, he should be the only away team. He should go alone to everything. And so they're trying to walk over to the derelict shuttle, and this weird like shadow. I know it's supposed to look like the oil is doing it, but it looks more like a shadow.
Yeah,
maybe that's the HD remastered effects or something.
They needed to put more highlights on it.
Yeah, there's no depth.
It's giving Nosferatu.
Right? It's shadow, not oil slick. And I've been to the La Brea tar pits, okay? So I know what that shit looks like. I know what that shit looks like. And then Data says, this shit's weird. And this is one of those instances where the away team is in constant communication with Picard, who's on the bridge. And it's like they need cameras. Like they remember Geordi's visor.
Be a shot of the show.
like
doesn't Kirk do that though?
Of course. Way back in the day, remember?
It was like whatever.
They did a court case where they just played an episode like it was a fucking.
This is from our files, even though we log everything by audio
and then
recording.
I mean, there's also the one where it's beaming out of their heads in the. But anyway,
and we have the menagerie and all that too.
Of course, we have the menagerie. So basically, Data is analyzing this goop, and he says it doesn't have a circulatory system or neural or nets.
He goes a little philosophical abstract. He's like, okay, we can break down what it isn't.
Yep, cellular structure unknown, and then here we go, baby. The oil starts to like ripple and blurble, and then
like, okay,
shit.
That's great and all, but like, what's causing it to move?
And then he says, "Very good, Tin Man." He sounds like the guy who plays SpongeBob's boss.
Mr. Krabs.
He's played by the guy who plays Gorilla Grodd on the WB shows and shit.
He's also
Clancy.
Clancy. But he's also in a Chowder, isn't he?
He's in all kinds of shit. Hold on.
Okay. Well,
they're dealing with this. They're backing up because the oil is coming to life.
Yeah,
and
this is a really awesome shot. We see this like shape come out of this goopy oil slick, and you hear Picard saying, "What are you seeing?" And
Riker just says trouble. It's like that is not descriptive enough. Clancy Brown.
Looks freaky. Clancy Brown. Okay. Those like 2 last names.
So this sludge man stands up.
It kind of has like this cool face thing, but then his chest is just like this long like neck. Like this weird arm.
Yeah, dude, the effect is
like
great.
A weird. Oh, it kind of looks like Oogie Boogie, but without the tip of this head.
Yep, and it also looks like a Dark Souls boss or monster, basically. Yeah. He says, "I'm Armus." He asks, "Why are you here?" He sounds like a hilarious cartoon voice actor.
More like Armless, am I right?
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. And he's played by Mart McChesney, who does do a bunch of voice acting stuff in the 70s and 80s. Yeah.
He did a good job.
And so basically, this guy, Armus, The thing that I like,
oh gosh,
the thing I like most about this episode is this guy Armus is just a dick.
Yeah,
like
he's
just
with
a
him.
dick, dude.
Yeah.
Like he goes. Riker goes, "We believe that all life in the universe is precious," and he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "We believe everything in the universe has a right to exist." And he goes,
lame.
"An interesting notion which I do not share." I fucking love it. And he basically says, "You guys got to get the fuck out of here, or things gonna get bad." And Yar says, "No, we got to get our shuttle crew." And she goes to walk around him and
boom, she
wow.
just gets what telekinesis back.
Let's take a look. She goes, "Enough. We have people who need attention." And she says, "We won't hurt you." And then there it is.
It's kind of like a force field deal.
Yeah, and it's a good animation on the force field. Like the lines, it's very anime.
And immediately Riker and Data go on the fence.
They start blasting Armus with their phasers.
Yeah, but they can't even use 2 phasers. Probably set the kill, too.
Right? And then here it is. The phasers had no effect on Armus. He like sinks back into the sludge. And there we go.
It's like that octopus monster too in Lord of the Rings in the lake next to the Mine of Moria.
Absolutely. And then we get the flatline from Dr. Crusher's sensors. She's dead.
Yeah, she's got like a little splotch on her cheek.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, he's like, transporter room. Picard goes, transporter room. Get them up right now.
Get them to sickbay.
He's like,
that's where I'll be.
Christ.
And then we get a very long sequence. This is tough.
Yeah, they do the whole like, beep, beep, beep.
I didn't remember this from when I watched it as a kid.
Really?
Because
this one fucked me up.
It basically goes from an episode of Star Trek to an episode of ER.
Yeah.
With Eric LaSalle and George Clooney, because Crusher says on the planet she's dead, Jim, and then they beam her up, and they do that thing where they beam them to the ship, and then they beam them from the transporter pad to sickbay.
Yeah, the cells can't go that far,
right? And then so they've got Yar. They put Yar in a bio bed, and so there's just all kinds of stuff happening. They put a neural simulator, which is just like a big piece of plastic around her head.
Yeah. They got the splotch on her cheek.
They're gonna zap her. Yeah,
it's given some Nickelodeon slime vibes too.
They do direct stimulation to her brain, and they just zap her so many times, and she's just like shaking. It's horrible.
Yeah, and they both Crusher and the nurse, or doctor or assistant, whatever. They take out like, what is it? Kind of looks like transponders, and they like are pressing different settings and like, try this. Okay,
shock
now this.
His brain.
Okay, do this.
Shock her brain.
Okay, now try this.
Brain.
In her neck, in her collarbone, in her shoulder, and they're just trying everything basically. And you see Riker in the back, kind of like holding his chin, like,
yeah, and Data is standing there looking. He looks like he has emotion of confusion, even though he can't have emotion.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's just. I think he's. I don't know. It's just a weird way to even think about it, but it's like maybe he's wondering why it's not fixing quicker. But why isn't he helping? I don't know.
Well,
does Data know everything?
No, he doesn't know everything.
Not medical.
Crusher is a better doctor than Data, I promise. Sure. So then Picard turns around to like have a chat with them, and she flatlines, and there it is. She turns. Crusher says she's gone, and that's it. And Picard says, "We don't have time to mourn."
He's like, "We'll figure it out later."
And then they cut back to the planet where the shuttlecraft is still crashed, and then Armus goes woo like Venom, and he covers the shuttle with his goop, right?
Oh.
And then Armus is like talking to Troy, who we see in the shuttle. She doesn't look injured. She's just like laying back.
Yeah, she's like, oh.
And she's like, oh, I'm sleepy.
Right.
And then Armus is like, hey, bitch, your friends have deserted you. And she's like, what? No, they wouldn't do that. And he's like, I killed one of them, And she's like, I know. And he's like, how do you know that? And she's like, I felt it with my brain. I'm an empath.
Yeah, and it's also like that act had no reason. They keep referring back to Armus and his craziness and his whole chaotic energy.
Yeah, he's chaotic evil.
He's just fucking asshole.
Yeah, he said, I did it because I wanted to.
And she's like, I mean, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, you're just a thing.
And then the funny thing is, he says, I thought it would have, it amused me. And then he says, I thought it would amuse me more, but it didn't. I should have tortured her.
He said it was too easy.
Right?
He did just shove her back, to be honest. But still, yeah, it's fucked up. And the whole ER scene, too.
Right?
We're still like, oh, fuck, we got to keep going with the episode. This was pretty big.
This is a hilarious...
We love ER.
This is a hilarious cartoon moment where Armus is like, I'm never gonna let you go, and she goes, they're not gonna give you what you want. And he's like, oh, what do I want? And she goes, to break their spirit. And he goes, I hadn't even really thought about breaking their spirit, but now that you mention that, it might amuse me. I love it, dude.
Yeah, he's just
Armus
really
is
messing with her.
He's one of the greatest villains in the history of Star Trek at this point. He's hilarious. And then we go to the conference room, and Picard is like, look, we all want to blubber over Yar's death. It's painful for all of us, but we've got to get cracking, right?
Yeah, we don't want any more deaths to happen.
And so they've got to figure out how to deal with Armus. They're like, he could have killed us, but he didn't.
We don't really have any defense, too.
Tell us what they what happens in this, Al.
No, they're just discussing how to take care of this sludge. But that
because they gotta get Troy.
They gotta get Troy, yeah,
and whatever his name is.
But they realize, I mean, they find out later that he's dead. But they just they decide like, hey, I mean, fuck, the only way to figure this out is to just go back down again and to observe more. And
Worf gets a field promotion. He's acting chief of security, replacing Yar, right? Yeah. And so the away team,
because he was just talking to her about like some casual shit.
How awesome she is. He was trying to hook it. He's trying to hook up. And so, or they just have a very good platonic relationship.
If I bite your shoulder. Do you?
That's what they do. So the away team is going to be Riker, Geordi, and Data, because Geordi and Crusher, and Geordi's like, maybe I can use my visor to see some shit that other people can't see. And they go, Worf, are you coming with? And he goes, no, I think as acting chief of security, I would best monitor things from my station.
Yeah.
And Picard is like, I agree. Good job, acting security chief Worf.
Also, yeah, you don't need 5.
Right? You don't need to risk everybody. They beam down and Armus is like, I lied to you. They didn't leave. And she's like, I fucking know, dude.
Yeah, what? All these scenes just make me so uncomfortable because she's just, I don't know, kind of reading through them, but...
Well, Armus is just a big cloud of hate, right?
Yeah, right.
And this is where...
Like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object vibes.
And the immovable object is her empathy.
Right. It's like her empathy and then like his hate. They're complete opposites. It's interesting.
And that is interesting. That's like great writing. Like we've got the empath character with the living embodiment of hate, basically, because that's what we find out.
And he's like, because I'm a hater. Hate.
And she says, this is where she kind of finds her in. She's totally being a counselor. I love it.
Yeah.
And she goes, you just don't want us to abandon. You just thought that they would abandon me like the others abandoned you. And he's like, what others? And he's like, she says, you can't hide your emptiness from me. And she says, there's somebody that makes you angry. And he goes, what do you know of them? And she says, they made you angry. Like, she's like, I don't know yet, but I bet I figure it out by the end of Act 4. And then the sludge comes off the shuttle and it approaches the away team. And Worf notices something from his station on the ship. He says, when Armus is on the shuttle, the magnetic field that keeps them from beaming Troy out, or keeps them from beaming Troy out, is lower. Mm-hmm. So whatever he's doing when he's up there on the shuttle, they got to get him to do that more so that they can beam them out. And then Armus comes down off the shuttle and reconstitutes himself as an oil slick man.
Yeah.
I just love his voice, dude. Armus is so great. And they confirm that Troy is alive. And he's like, why have you returned? And they're like, no shit, man. We want to fucking get her back. We want to negotiate. And Geordi's like, I love how Geordi's like, kneeling down, like really looking at Armus. Like you can tell he's like scanning him in all the different spectrums that he can see in and shit.
They're scientists first, Adam. They got to get that field report.
I love Armus so much. He's such a jerk. They're like, they're like, we want to negotiate with you. We want to try and give you what you want. And he's like, maybe I want nothing. And it's like, oh, this guy's a fucking troll, dude.
Yeah,
he's like,
it's all over the place.
Right. And so and he's basically saying, hey, I might still kill you all. Maybe if you ask. And then she says that Crusher says, I need to talk to my patient. Troy.
Right.
And he goes, you ask nicely, I will allow it, but you can't go see her. You got to talk to her from here. It's just like, that sucks.
Okay. Yeah. It's still bizarre. But finally, Deanna Troi and Crusher make contact, And yeah, but Deanna's just like, oh my gosh, Beverly. It's like the first name, friendship basis kind of deal. But you kind of understand how like serious this shit is. She's not being formal at all. She's just like, we've encountered some difficulty. And of course, Deanna Troi knows.
Yeah, Deanna
she's
Troi's
also,
like, yeah, I know.
She's
it's
also
Armus.
overpowered as the empath because she knows everything that's going on up there, right?
Yeah, I'm dying.
And it's just all uncomfortable because Riker's like, hey, we need to get her out. And Armus is like, so what?
So what?
He's like, I don't care.
Dude. He rules, man.
What if I don't give a fuck?
Yep. And he says, I did not register on your instruments. And then he knocks Geordi's visor off. He makes Geordi dig around for it on the ground. Data tries to help him and he says, I'll kill him if you help him.
And he's like, I promise not to hurt us. And Armus is like, all right, whatever. Give
not
it to him.
really. I do what I want. And then Armus goes back over to the shuttle. And so those guys are just standing out there.
Just staring at this thing, this shuttle being covered. I don't know. It's like, that's where I kind of have an issue with this episode a bit because it's just like, oh, we're going to talk to this thing. And they're trying to negotiate with something that just does not care.
I love him. He's great. And then we
Really?
find out.
It's just so annoying.
And then we find out, well, yeah, because he's a Gamergate guy.
Right.
He's the worst. But then we find out what happened with what's Armus's whole deal. So he says the other society, right, that lived on the planet and left him there, they perfected a way to expunge all of the evil from their bodies, basically.
Jeez.
They perfected a way to filter out all of the negativity from their lives, and when they did that, it destroyed this planet's environment, created Armus, and then they left. So Armus, the skin of evil, as they call it, is literally like all of the bad vibes, all that was evil and negative within, erupting, spreading, connecting, he says. In time, it formed a kind of second skin for the planet, dank and vile. I fucking love it, dude. And here I am. I'm Armus. I'm a dank, vile second skin covering the world.
Ugh.
And then here we go. Riker gets psychically grabbed by Armus and pulled into the muck. Now, this is what fucked me up as a kid.
This is the hamming stuff, though.
Well, I love it, but
and it's just like out of nowhere.
When I was,
because it's usually a serious show, right?
Oh, absolutely. But this is a little bit even like as a kid, it really fucked me up.
Well,
like
for sure, they're taking it full on.
We just saw Yar die.
Yeah.
We don't know. Yar is just as much a part of the show as fucking Riker is at this point, almost.
Yeah, and as soon as you see Riker go into this goop, you're like, it's still unknown. You don't know what's going to happen to him compared to Yar, right?
Riker gets pulled into the goop, right?
Usually the worst.
And Data goes to help Riker, and he goes, "No, don't help me. Let him consume me." And I kind of felt like Riker was like, "I'll kick his dick from the inside."
Yeah, right.
But no. And then we get this epic fucking shot of Riker's face surfacing briefly in the oil slick with his mouth open. Like, that goes so much harder than any Star Trek The Next Generation shot ever needed to go. And the HD remastering on it looks so fucking good. It's just like, it's like that Is It Cake kind of thing. Like, it looks so glossy, like a fresh mirror
the
cake.
Shadows and the
Vagra
light
2 is the planet.
It's eerie, for sure.
So,
I definitely like that shot of that face, though.
So Armus is like, hey, he's alive, but he ain't gonna be if any of you leave.
Yeah, it's kind of more of like I'm torturing him and carrying him in my goop, but don't fucking go anywhere.
Let's give a rundown. Who's in the shuttle?
Deanna Troi.
and some dead guy possibly. I think he's just injured.
I think I don't know. We don't
think
see
he's
him,
just
do we?
he's yeah, they show him later. He's critical.
Okay.
They show the reverse shot and it's like, oh, he was very slouched over a console dying the whole time.
I was asleep.
He's like, I was
knocked out.
just taking a little nap. and then who's on the planet?
It's what is it? Riker, Data, Crusher, and Geordi.
Yeah, and Riker is consumed by the goo that is Armus. And then on the bridge, we've got little Wesley, who hasn't been very annoying in this, except for his whole face and hair situation.
Someone died, dude.
Yeah, man. And he's sad at the funeral.
Like, oh, Mom,
I like it.
Like, I'm still chilling in my room. What's going on at the bridge?
Oh no, that's right.
No.
Remember the chief of security who used to yell at you for not doing the right karate forms? She's dead. And so Worf and Wesley are studying these. God, there's something about these goddamn magnetic fields. We have charted the energy fields surrounding the shuttle. There are a lot of fluctuations, but there is a pattern. And he's basically saying when it killed Yar, it was up here. When it grabbed Riker, it was up here. But it was at its lowest when it had enveloped the shuttle. Oh, it has something to do with Counselor Troy. And this is where I think that Worf almost doesn't do his duty as the chief of security, because Picard goes, I'm beaming down to the planet where the invincible Oozman is. And he goes, Worf, you have the con. And Worf doesn't say, I actually would protest. Maybe I should go down there instead of you.
Yeah, I mean, even Riker would have been like, no. We'll go. Tell me what to say.
Right? And then now
yeah, I'm gonna go visit that invincible monster down there.
Yep.
That easily murdered Yar.
Now Riker is in the goop, and Troy is like, Imzadi! And because the Venom ooze Armus is on the shuttle, and Venom ooze Armus Armus is on the shuttle, and he is tormenting her, and she's like, Imzadi! That's what she calls Riker. And Riker is she's feeling his pain, man.
Yeah, it's kind of more mental torture sort of on her part.
Well, I feel
she's like feeling the pain, and like she's getting more scared, and it seems like the monster Armus is, reaping that and, sucking that energy.
And basically Armus is tormenting her, and he's saying, would you give yourself for him? And she goes, Armus, you have me. Yes, I would give myself for any of them. And then it cuts to...
Are you sure?
And then it cuts to, he's like, really? Because maybe you don't want to. Do you still sense...
anybody?
Do you still sense Riker in my goop? And then...
Right.
This motherfucking Armus comes down off the shuttle. He goes to approaches Picard. It cuts from inside the shuttle just to Picard standing there, like we don't see him beam down. And he goes, Picard asks Data, do you think Riker's alive? And he goes, tell him, Tin Man. And he goes, yeah, I think Riker's alive. It makes sense that he'd want to torture him. And he goes, maybe. I love him, dude.
Yeah,
he's such a fucking scamp.
Yeah, he's going, is this the one that's in charge?
Yep. And this is where Picard and Armus, Picard, moral, ethical, noble, and Armus, the embodiment of pure evil. And Armus is basically saying, entertain me. And Picard is like, no. And he goes, then I'll do it myself. And he comes up, and Picard is like, oh, this guy is a creep. This fucking weird
I think
oil
it's,
man.
Again, uncomfortable, and the the unknown and all that, and very ultra powerful.
I forgot all about
and
this,
dude.
turns
into like a kind of voodoo controlling thing.
Yeah, Armus is controlling Data. Yeah, not voodoo, but mind what is it? It's actually just what is it?
Possession.
No, psychokinetic powers, because Data's a thing, right?
That's
so
true.
He's just doing telekinesis, basically.
Yeah, that's true. He's moving his little machine parts.
And so he makes Data put his phaser in his hand, and then he makes Data point the phaser at everybody. So maybe I'll kill you. Perhaps killing the doctor would engender more feeling.
Yeah, and he's like, because you only have one doctor, it seems.
And this is when, this is when Picard is like, look, you have all the control. It doesn't matter who you kill. you know? And she's like, I'm afraid, you're right. I'm afraid you're not going to let me help the people who need help. And this goes on for seemingly 20 minutes, right? There's only there's 3 locations in this whole episode. There's the bridge, the planet surface, and inside the shuttle. And and Data says, you are capable of great sadism and cruelty. Interesting. No redeeming qualities. It's almost like you're just an oozy second skin.
It's like, ooh, sick burn.
Oh,
nice,
man.
Data.
And so basically Picard says, look, we're not going to be a source of amusement. And he goes, but I've got the one in the shuttle and one in my guts.
He's like, I could kill anybody.
I can kill them. And Picard is like, yeah, you can. But only I can command them. They follow my orders because they respect me. You're just some asshole. And basically Picard says, I will entertain you if you let me see them in the shuttle, right?
Yeah, and he's like, and the goop guy's like, this is some bullshit. Like, why do you even want to see your people? Like, why can't you do anything that I want to say?
Right.
And so then he eventually gives in because he doesn't want to be amused, you know?
He spits Riker out.
And this is ultra traumatizing.
Oh, Riker's all covered in goop.
Thick. Yeah, it looks so thick, and it's like they must have used...
They used real oil.
Layers.
They used actual like motor oil or something because
There's just no mouth guard, no protection. He just licks it all up.
And I was skipping forward. We didn't see him being ejaculated out. Look at that. He just flop. He's like in a fetal position. That's how they did. This has some of the best cutting to commercial of any Star Trek ever, dude. Just flop him out of the oil pit, and he's like. He was in my brain fucking with me. He was torturing me. And so now they got to find a way to trick this Armit guy, right? Armus, right? But Armus.
Yeah.
Armus has got his own ideas. Armus is like, hey, maybe you give me transportation. And he's like, you want me to give you transportation? And he's like, yeah, I'll give you the lives of your crew. And, you know, then...
it's more negotiating. Like, first, I have to see all my people.
Yeah, like maybe you take me somewhere...
See Deanna Troi off the shuttle.
And
the pilot.
Maybe you take me somewhere like where the people who left me for dead are.
He's like, okay.
And so then he beams Picard into the shuttle to see Troi, and she goes, but Ben is not. He needs a doctor. And this guy, this is where we find out this guy's been here slumped over a console on the reverse side of that shot with Troi this whole fucking time. I love it.
Oh shit, he's alive.
And then she confirms that Tasha is dead, which I'd almost forgotten about at this point because so many things have happened. And so they're trying to outmaneuver the creature, and they want to beam her and Ben out when the creature is in here with the weak field, right? And it's because he's feeling things when he's surrounding her and not suppressing it like he is when he's out there.
And it's kind of like this whole hostage situation, you know, with like bank robbers and stuff. Like they should bring therapists there just to fuck with their heads. And it's like he's actually dealing and confronting with his loneliness and his anger.
And talking to her, she brings that out.
Yes. Ergo making him, what is it? Wide open.
Yep. And this is where he says, look. And Picard says, what's his fucking damage? And she goes, basically, he was abandoned here by the people who squeezed him out like so many evil blackheads.
I guess, yeah. It's giving, though, a weapon too powerful, like those people that got murdered by the weapon they were trying to sell on that planet. It's like something that's too strong or too like big. Kind of like Who Mourns for Adonis too, where it's like the Apollo guy's just a big asshole, so everybody just kind of left him.
And the creepy kids with the ashes, we all fall down.
Yeah,
that guy was like an OP thing. I could take over 2 million people, and if we go to this planet, we could take over 6 million people. And so Picard is like, obviously Picard's not actually going to transport Armus anymore.
No, of course,
but. He's like trying to get into his head. He's like, you've been alone a long time, eh, buddy? And he's like, you offer your compassion like a prize when it is an insult. And
he just tries to get into whatever. I mean, his head, right?
His goop,
more or
right?
Less. His goopy form.
This is where we get the title. He refers to himself as a skin of evil left here by a race of titans who believed if they rid themselves of me, they would be free to the bonds of destructiveness. So basically, he's all their evil goop.
Oy.
And I like that he calls them titans, like they're a race of gods, basically, that shit him out. And then Worf
maybe
says,
he was created for something, disposing things as a god, or I don't know.
He's their rage
kind of
dumps.
like,
They shit their fucking rage out
They
into a
just squeeze
second
it all
skin.
out.
And they were like, oh, all of our rage is mucking up this planet. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then Worf tells Wesley, when the field gets to 2.6.4, set a code that automatically transports, which it doesn't. He still kicks off the transport later. And then Picard says, I'll tell you what true evil would be, Armus, you little fucker. True evil would be if we surrender our freedom, our dignity to you, some alone immortal thing. That's your real fear. I'm not taking you anywhere. And he beams them up, and Armus goes, no!
Yeah.
And then Picard says, Vargas 3 will be declared off limits. And that reminded me of the State sketch.
Oh, yeah.
There's the State sketch where they say, that area is off limits. And they're like, well, how are we going to know? And they put up cones that say off limits. And he goes, off limits. And I just imagine Picard putting up cones that say off limits. And so you think it's only 38 minutes in, the episode's done. They just beamed them away. They tricked Armus. They left Armus there. They put up cones around the planet so nobody else gets Armus.
They put it on the blacklist of planets.
And then, of course, we have to have a holodeck funeral for Tasha Yar.
Yeah, and all this, it's this weird, like,
oh my God,
Windows-esque.
It does look like a Windows
field.
background.
Yeah, the background.
So
and it's just like this weird hollow recording, and it just brings more questions of the series rather than answering them. And it's like, damn, that's pretty morbid.
Well, no,
and it's giving Hellship vibes, though. Remember,
it is.
It's like,
it is
hey,
very
by the way,
Hellship.
we might die.
You have
week.
to leave a message for your loved ones if you die. That is a Hellship thing. But it also makes sense because she's head of security, so she's in the shit. She's like, hey, I have the dangerous job, and I hope I died. I hope I died heroic. I hope I died doing my duty and also quickly.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, sort of.
And so basically, she then says goodbye to each character, and I'm not going to go through them all. It's very sad. Everybody's, Kurt Riker's got his arm around Troy, and her and Worf, we are so much alike, you and I, both warriors, orphans who found ourselves with a family. Beverly, your fierce devotion comes from within.
This is giving, though, it's because of... what is it called? It feels like, oh shit, we need some time for this farewell.
Yeah.
And it's also a nice summation of like all these characters in this crew and what they could mean to one person, right? Let alone the entire ship.
Yeah. It's also giving big time.
Oh, go ahead.
It's giving big time series season finale vibes, but it's not. There's 2 episodes more that aired.
Yeah. And this was more of like I don't know. I've heard it was a rush job because she was like, no, I want to be off the show now. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, that sucks to hear that.
But I mean,
it's like,
hey, at least like they were something that they both kind of agreed on, but it's also a harsh way to... She didn't get
fired,
right.
Which is good, I guess.
But it was her to be, it was her choice, but it's also like they could have saved this for a season finale or just held on to this episode for the end.
And then she says, hailing frequencies closed, sir.
It's like, ooh, that's not a great way to sign off. But hey, who knows? And yeah, it's like, why did they do the holodeck thing? Why didn't they just shoot out her body into space?
They want to use the holodeck.
But yeah, they do want to use the holodeck.
So Data and Picard end up the last 2 people.
Yep.
And this is where...
They're just staring out into the digital distance.
They have a philosophical conversation where Data says something profound. He says, I feel bad. I mean, I don't feel anything. I'm Data. But he says, my thoughts are not for Tasha, but for myself. I keep thinking how empty it will be without her presence. Did I miss the point? And Picard says... Oh, Data, you magnificent son of a bitch. You didn't miss anything. I think you got it better than any of us. And then it's just an epic shot at the end. Executive producer Gene Roddenberry, Data standing at Yar's funeral platform with the fucking Windows background sky and a weeping willow on the left. It's like, it's such a great shot for framing and shit. I just love it. And that is Skin of Evil. What did you think, Al?
I just thought, I remember the first time I saw this episode and I was just angry, kind of blocked it out of my mind. I had skipped the episode ahead and I was talking to Adam about the episode ahead today and he was like, no, we're still talking about Skin of Evil. And I was
They
like,
killed your
oh,
TV
fuck.
crush.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, Yar. That was definitely one of the most tougher things that I had to deal with.
And
I think that just distracted me from the rest of the episode, but also it's like, it's them negotiating with someone who's essentially lost their mind and just hating on things. And it's just like the culmination of hate, which is all right. But I guess, I don't know, they could have maybe done this a little differently, maybe with like a physical person or another kind of alien or something, you know. But I think it was kind of this is inexplicable, this is scary too. But I just didn't like how it was like kind of two different pieces, you know, and that Deanna Troy's just chilling in the cave the whole time. And she goes, oh, by the way, the pilot's there. And it's like, what?
That.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Like he was just, because there's so many shots of her laying on her back.
Yeah.
And
you
then
think it's like this deep hole.
He's like 2 feet away.
Yeah.
Like slouched over a thing.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know. It just feels kind of rushed, but I did like how tense everything got. You know, as soon as Yar died, you're like, oh shit, can
The
Riker
stakes
die?
are really high, and then Riker gets sucked into the ooze. Is
exactly.
he gonna die? What were
And
they
then
doing?
the shot of the face and all that I did enjoy. So
that's
what did you think, though?
That's the only thing I have in my notes is I remember that shot of Riker's face.
It's traumatic.
I love Armus. I love the Armus and Deanna Troy dynamic. I love how it opens with Worf and Yar having that sweet moment about the kung fu competition or the martial arts competition. It's just so good, and it's so sweet, and it really is a good send off for her. It feels like it's been longer than one season that we've been living with these characters to be so shaken by it, but I just think that Armus is fucking hilarious.
I just feel like they face crazier shit, and it's like, oh shit, I can't believe Yar just died, right? And you feel like the doctor's
like gonna bring her back. We'll just bring her. The doctor.
And the doctor's just like, oh shit,
and
she's gone. I can't make it back. Make her come back.
They make us watch that ER scene where she's like,
it kind of happens
worked
twice,
on.
where it's like,
Terrible.
oh shit, she died, and then they're like, Picard goes, transport her right now, you know, and it's like, transport them all. And you think there's still a chance, and then she just goes, "Oh, she died." So it's like you feel it twice.
Yeah, because
she says she's gone this time.
It's like if in the original series he went, she's dead, Jim. She's dead, Jim, and then it cut to commercial. Yeah, and then it comes back, and they work on her for a while, and then he goes, she's dead, Jim. Still.
Yeah, right. I really should have just let her go.
But so how many Armuses do you give this?
Honestly,
how many little oily Armus guys do you give this?
I would honestly give it required watching because like Yard dies, right, and like the whole funeral ending. That's a big moment. But I don't know, maybe like 2.5.
Oh wow, I give it a 4, bitch.
Really?
Yeah, 4 Armuses
I don't know,
easily.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Armus is great. He's hilarious.
He was funny, but I just felt like it
best.
was a brick wall, you know.
Fair.
A literal brick wall because he was in front of the shuttle, right?
Absolutely. So
you can't get past me.
So that is what we thought about Skin of Evil, and that means we've got time for one final segment on the show. Captain, Adam and Al are recommending things. I repeat, Adam and Al are recommending things. What do you got for us, Al?
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I recommended this before, but there's an album that I would really like. I've been listening to a lot. It's by this guy named MPH. It's called Substance. It's like a garage house, some trap, dubstep. I don't know. It feels like, you know, when somebody finally has their groove and they've had these tracks they've been holding on for a little bit, you know, and they're finally like, okay, this is, you know, quote unquote my time. Like people are paying attention. You got a bunch of singles out. People, you know, the iron's hot. He definitely struck at the right moment. And it's gotten so big actually that one of his songs, you know, Daft Punk and all that.
Yeah.
One of the members actually went out and DJ'd in this back-to-back one night.
Oh.
And like, you know, these other DJs were there too. And the last time that guy had performed, his name's, I think it's Thomas.
Okay.
The other one's Guy Manuel. the Thomas guy, the last time he performed live in front of people was in 2007.
Wow.
So it was like live streamed and stuff. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, we're stopping everything. We're going to watch this stream right now.
Watch this live stream, baby.
Because the World Series was on too. So we had 2 TVs going and we were listening to the mix while, the World Series was going on. But it was cool because you saw like these older DJs and it was 4 people, right? It was Thomas, excuse me, I know I'm going off on this rant, but it's like they played one of the songs from this album.
Lay it on it.
And so it's Thomas and then the Pedro Winters, which is he was a manager of Daft Punk and Justice, which is another super group at one point.
Whoa.
And then Errol Alkin, which is like some, fucking a legend, in Paris and France. And then it was Fred again, fucking random, no reason. That guy's been on a tear. He's like this guy that's kind of made this emergence of like house, and people call it stutter house because he like incorporates vocals and shit. But anyways, all these big house people are there, right? The new generation, old generation, it's like a big moment in France and all that. And they start playing his stuff, this guy's stuff, MPH. And it's like they were introducing, the new generation to the old, and like it was interesting to see this mix because it's like not really planned at all. They got text the day of, and it's like, oh hey, by the way, this guy's gonna perform, and it's like, oh shit, this guy, half of Daft Punk is there. But anyways, this MPH guy, he's next.
That's awesome.
It's cool to hear like.
Does it stand for miles per hour?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I haven't really looked into it.
Maybe his name is Miles, and he's miles per hour. But no, MPH sounds great.
Yeah,
I've heard of Justice.
I'll play you the song that they listened to.
I know that I've heard Justice for sure.
I'll play the song that they played in the set after this, but it's pretty good.
Sure, while we're drinking an energy drink.
Yeah, it itches the right, it scratches the right itches. It's like, oh, here's a reference synth from like back in the day, but then it's like, oh, here's a kick and a snare from now, or it's like here's a rhythm from now, and it's like. Cool. You finally see the stems and the patterns after hearing so much of this, dude. I've been listening to this for fucking 16 years.
Wow.
Half my life.
Very cool.
But yeah.
So check it out. MPH Substance. I think I've recommended this before, but I got back into it after watching the first 10 episodes, and I really like it now. It's called, it's an anime called Fire Force. And it's about this world where a great cataclysm happened and it like burned the entire world down. And somehow some people survived and they found this magical thing that creates energy, and they have this society, and people randomly turn into like fire demons.
Oh yeah.
And these heroes, these people known as the Fire Force, who have psychokinetic fire powers. And they use their fight. They literally fight fire with fire. But it's very good and funny.
Are there any water
cool.
people, or
they don't really do that? No,
like,
nobody does
steam.
Water. They all do fire with fire. They control the fight. They
Nice.
control the flames. But it's very good. The action's really good. I wish I could recommend One Punch Man, but the new season is not great. But I'm not an incel about it.
I gotta read the manga.
Right? Maybe that should be the first one where I read the manga instead of watching the show. But
I've been trying to get on Berserk too. That one's long.
So listen to MPH.
Yes.
And watch Fire Force. And come back next week when we're going to be talking about...
There's always Paris?
We'll always have Paris.
We'll always have Paris.
We'll always have Paris. And you'll always have us here at Trek in the Valley.
Yes.
Listen to us next week, gang. Bye.
Peace.
Trek in the Valley is brought to you by Adam Ordall-Quinnell and Al Hirt. The theme was produced by Al. The episodes are engineered by Adam. You can email the podcast at trekinthevalley@gmail.com, or you can search for us on Bluesky and Facebook as Trek in the Valley and follow us over there. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, whatever you do on your podcast apps. It really helps us out. And never forget, always explore strange new fucking worlds.